Hello,
Good morning,
good afternoon.
good evening, wherever you are.
I'm Claire,
And I'm Suzie.
and together we're
Cluzie.
Cluzie.
So, do you know who or what the secret killer is? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I do.
So do I now.
So yeah, are you waking up in the morning and you know something's not wrong, or you're just dragging yourself around, you're lacking that vitality, and you've been to the doctors, the physios, the chiropractors, whoever, and they say, nothing's showing up on your scans, there's nothing in the blood test, it's all in your head. Is it really, Suzie?
No, it's not. But we will share the secret with you very, very soon.
Well, how about right now?
Okay. Well, we'll tell a little bit about who we are first.
Oh, okay. So who are we and why would you be listening to us?
Well, Claire here, she's got decades of experience as a clinical nurse consultant, runs our clinic here, and is also the highest trained ANF practitioner for Australia and New Zealand. We'll talk about ANF later. And together, we're actually distributors for these amazing revolutionary medical devices. And in addition, she has won a whole heap of awards, but we don't want this head to get bigger than it already is.
Suzie likes to stay in the frame too. And why listen to Suzie? Well, Suzie has this beautiful innate ability to take our thoughts, our ideas and our visions and put them all into a reality, very systemically structured. This is the picture down the bottom right there is an example of her doing that for decades and decades of people. She doesn't have quite as many decades on me, but she multi-million-dollar project manager down to making my dream a reality by helping me start Cluzie.
It's been awesome.
Yeah. So, babe, this secret killer of ours, does it affect our body parts in weird and wonderful ways?
It sure does, and what I'd love is for you guys to play along at home. So grab a piece of paper and a pen and just start going tick, tick, for any of these that you experience, okay?
So, do you have brain fog?
Do ya? Do you have the red eyes? Or brown, or yellow?
Ha! Or black bags under your eyes?
Crook neck?
Sore shoulder?
Do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Any of those heart palpitation sorts of things?
How about back pain?
Claire, this one's over to you, babe.
How about tummy issues like bloating, like belching, like gas, like just abdominal pain, constipation, diarrhea? Sorry.
Hip pain,
Connected to the knee, restless legs.
all the knee pain, varicose veins. Have you got those ugly things on the back of your legs?
Swollen ankles.
So, how many did you get out of 12? 1, 10, 12? Anyways, moving on up. What can all of these be an indication of? Next slide.
Inflammation! That's the secret killer. Sorry that the screen shook then. Suzie was kicking me under the table. She didn't realise the computer would move. So inflammation affects two of our three most important systems. The number one of that being the lymphatic system. So that's our body's sewage system and our immune system. So if we can't get rid of waste or get our immune system places, inflammation can take over. And also our gut, because it's the way we take in toxicity, we get rid of toxicity, but it also has multiple functions, and a lot of our immune system sits in the gut. So gut unhealthy, gut is unhealthy, lymphatic system is clogged up, is all a result of inflammation, but can also result in inflammation. And the other thing we haven't written there is stress. Stress is the number one thing that causes everything these days, including inflammation.
Sure does. So, the secret, which was not really a secret anymore, because way back in 2004, what's that, 19 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Time magazine came out with it on its front cover. However, even though it's been known for that long, it still does not show up on any of your diagnostic tests like blood tests, CT scans, x-rays, anything. And the scary, scary, scary thing is, these Australian statistics, right? 1.2 million 5 years ago of people died from heart disease.
Cancer was 1 in 3 and 1 in 4. It is now higher than that. And I can't remember the third one.
This won't happen to her. It will. the Alzheimer's, right? 500,000 last year.
Well, dementia is now, heart disease used to be the leading cause of death of women, and now it's been taken over by dementia.
Scary, scary stuff.
Scary stuff.
What's even scarier though is just last year there was a report for Australia that 1 in 2, so 50% of Australians are living with a chronic health issue. That's huge!
It's
huge!
It's huge and unnecessary, and what are we doing about it? Not a lot. So what can you do about it so you're in the good percentage, not in the chronic disease percentage?
Yes.
Well, firstly, how does invisible inflammation impact our body? Well, another scary thing about invisible inflammation is it can take your body 10, 20, 30 years to break down and register that there's a problem because of invisible inflammation. So little things like, you had a fall when you were 13 or you had some traumatic event as a child, and then you're wondering why that body part doesn't work, or you've got some chronic disease in your late 40s, early 50s, because it's taken your body that long to break down to a point where the alarm bells went off and said, excuse me, there's actually a problem here. And then it can sometimes be too late. So why is it so dangerous? Because it affects every system, and it can affect your gut, your organs, your blood supply, your nervous system, your hormones, your mental health. It can cause autoimmune diseases, everything like that. So what can we do about it, babe?
Well, first off, it's more actually understanding what we can do is on the lymphatic system, right? So your lymphatic system, it's like your immune support as well as your sewage system, right? And what happens is it's supposed to be flowing like a really nice river and taking all of the toxins and chemicals and waste out into the ocean.
AKA the toilet.
Yes, exactly. However, what happens is that when it gets clogged up, it becomes like a sludge and you just can't get anything moving around. And what happens when a bank gets blocked? A bank.
A bank? What do you mean a bank gets blocked?
A riverbank.
I'd love the bank to get blocked and throw money everywhere, but a riverbank gets blocked up with sludge, it degrades and it stinks and the fish die and nobody wants to be in that water or near it. So, and it doesn't look pretty. So that's what happens to our bodies. If our rivers aren't flowing perfectly and beautifully and taking all the debris where it needs to go, then we don't look so pretty anymore and we start to stink and our body starts to fall apart and people would probably don't want to be around us.
Moving on.
So what are the causes? Now, Susie's probably going to gag me at some point because I could talk about this for a long time. But my favourite picture of all time is this one, because we get told here in Australia that we have gluten intolerances, but this is how they produce our food. So I'm wondering, are we gluten intolerant or are we chemically intolerant? Because how many chemicals are we exposed to every day, babe?
48,000.
That's 48,000.
That number again?
48,000. A minimum. And hardly any of those are tested for human safety. And none of them are tested for safety when they're combined together and you're putting chemicals on your face as makeup and you're putting chemicals under your arms as deodorant and you're putting chemicals in your mouth as food. And then it all accumulates, causes inflammation, and your body falls apart. I have so many clients that say they're gluten intolerant, then they go to Europe and they eat the bread there and they go, well, gluten's not the problem. And they come back and eat ours, and it is, because we use more chemicals than just about every other country in the world.
I'm going to stop you there. We're going to move on, because Claire could speak about this for months, years, decades.
Yeah.
12 weeks.
Huh. So we will move on. So some more symptoms that show up, we've talked about the belching and the bloating and the gas, but you can have dark circles under your eyes, and it's not because you have a toddler and you only got 2 hours sleep last night. You can have itchy ears and itchy eyes.
Yeah, and look, we have spoken a bit about this, but this is just the preliminary indication that there's something going wrong, right? So as Claire said earlier, the invisible inflammation can be in your body and be presented in our body as these symptoms and going for 10 to 20 years before something serious occurs.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
You don't want to get to the serious stage. You want to help your body release its burden as much as possible.
Yeah.
So the benefits of reducing your inflammation, well, you want to be your best. And we only get one life in this life, so why destroy the body? Let's try to all live healthily and be that 108-year-old running 200 meters twice a week or whatever that crazy lady does. I struggle to run that now. But anyway, that's my goal, 120. So how do we reduce the inflammation so we get there and get healthy, babe?
It's more like just what the benefits are of doing that. Okay. So basically, number one is anything you can do to reduce your chances of getting one of those serious illnesses that Time magazine spoke about. That's number one for me. Looking at it from a bit more of a longer term plan.
Yeah. And if you want to sleep like I do, not a baby, because, you know, we've had a baby and he doesn't sleep well all the time, but I go to sleep easily. I wake up feeling refreshed. I get lots of deep sleep. I get lots of REM sleep. My body gets to heal and regenerate while I'm asleep. So when I wake up, I feel great. I feel refreshed.
Amazing.
Don't you want to be like that?
Of course I want to be like you, babe.
Of course.
Basically, it's also what's really great about reducing the inflammation is you're also reducing the inflammation from your head, right? And so you're more present and more focused. You're able to make better decisions because all of the toxins in your brain aren't destroying your function of your brain.
And then you can have white eyes. So my eyes are just as white as my shirt. Susie's are too. Because they're the window to your inner health. If you've got bloodshot eyes or really cloudy grey whites of your eyes, then you've got internal congestion. So we can help you get white eyes like mine.
Look into my eyes.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you go.
No, you go.
Well, it's just like Claire loves to talk about the farts and the belly and the poos and the everything to do with that whole digestive stuff.
I'm a nurse. We love to talk about farts and poos, especially at the dinner table.
But wouldn't it be great if you could eat whatever you like, really, and not fart like a trooper?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes.
Yes.
It would be. Wouldn't it be great to get your mojo back? To be motivated to start doing the activities you want because you have the energy and the drive to be able to do it. Susie goes on about stand-up paddleboarding. I don't think she's ever done it. For her, it's beach volleyball. For me, it's walking the dog and playing with my son and chasing him around bloody playgrounds like a ninja. So whatever it is for you, don't you want to have that mojo back?
And feel absolutely vital and on top of the world!
What was that? Sorry. She gets excited. So yeah, if you want to feel absolutely vital and on top of the world, we want you to write a comment below and we will get back in touch with you as soon as possible. So what do you want them to say, babe?
Detoxify me.
Detoxify me. If you don't know how to spell that, just put me. Just put D, me. Or detoxify me. All right.
Before you go, we're going to leave you with a little bit of a ditty. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Detoxify me. Comment below.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye.